Alright, so failed the bracket a little bit with file, but notice with the back bolts, it's not actually in properly, but that can be solved with a washer, so that's no problem. So I've went for the middle settings just to see what it's like. I was hoping for a bolt in, but nothing's bolted in, is it? Alright, seats and harnesses are in. I'm going to bring the seat over because my leg is literally here. I do have spacers to play with. So I'll bring the seat over a little bit and see how it feels. Just try to get it more central to these actual mounts, because it's just a little bit too far over. I've started on the hydro here. So my idea is, as far forward possible, if I were touching the ECU for the Bosch, I want this to be kind of hanging over the buttons over here, so I am out of the way of the shifter. Oh. I've started to this little bracket here. So I need to mark holes and then drill holes for the inside of the thing to mount to. Then I'm gonna weld some bolt nuts on the underside of it. For these bits here, I'm gonna try to get as much weld on as possible because there's gonna be a lot of force going through that. For the backs, not so much. Plan is just to kind of put riv nuts in the back, just to keep it there. As I say, the pressure's on the front. All right, so I have put a bracket in. It's very kind of crudely welded in, but it's in there. I've only got one bolt in. There is two bolts in there, but this one isn't tightened all the way down. And I mean, it feels bloody solid, so it is. And I can get into gears easy, fine, and it's right there next to the gear stick. So it's just, you know what I mean? It's just. Alright, it's the big day. The big day! Hydro is mounted in. I still need to fully tighten it down. Need to shorten that bolt there, but alright, so that's in. Pretty good, happy with that. Next step is to jack up the car, figure out where the brake lines are. I've got a funny feeling they're right here. Then I need to determine where I'm going with this line, because obviously there's going to be a passenger seat here, so I don't want it to get squished, so I might run it down here, down there. I am underneath, and would you look at that? Somebody must have knew. Someone must have knew at one point this car was going to become a drift car. Alright, progress update, and what's going on there, Brad? You've only got one line done. Yeah, so turns out I don't actually have a fitting for here. I thought it was just a standard M10 by 1, but it's something daft, like a 3/8 by UNF, so 24 threads per inch. Yeah, you can see why I'm a bit annoyed. So gonna have to wait till like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Thursday right now, so gotta wait a whole 5 days before I can even do this, and I can guarantee you it'll be raining. So yeah, I've at least got one line in. It's going into the floor, tested it, it doesn't hit the seat, which is very nice. But it also gave me a chance to test if everything else fitted, and guess what? These didn't actually fit as well. So the threads, the fittings were fine, but they weren't long enough, so you couldn't like screw them down. But I spent ages with a file. I've filed them all down, so as you can see there's nice little gaps there, and they all compressed to the bottom. And I also whilst I was there, filed it so as a 30mm spanner can get on one side, just so as I could tighten it up a lot easier. But yeah, mega pain, not happy with that, but hey, these things happen, not for reasons, just to annoy you. Alright, there we go. It's in. Finally got the right fitting. So that's the lines that go into the floor there. There we go. We have some lines coming through in the bottom. So yeah, I just need to plumb them in now. Easier said than done. So that's the last T-piece done with the connected parts on it. And we have this elaborate rat's nest. I was going to trim this a bit shorter, but I kind of have to do it that way just because of the way I don't want to have to put more, don't want to cut it as much as possible. It's already got fittings on it, so I might as well just use them fittings that are already there. It saves me half a hassle. So everything is plumbed. Nothing seems to be leaking anyways. I've already had to fix a few leaks. I have got a bit of a squishy pedal, but you can see why I've got a squishy pedal. It's because that piston's obviously moving. But this, if this works, that feels pretty good. But I need to go test it. So I've got a set of skid wheels on. I need to put some air on them. Skid wheels. Yeah, these tires have seen better days. But yeah, I need to go put some air into these and then go for it. Just go for a skid. Alright, so this is a little handbrake jobby thing on it, and I've just locked it in by accident. So, brake pedal feels a bit spongy, but they usually do when you just put a hydro on it. I can't drive. Car's been sat for quite a while, probably a lot of water because it's in the exhaust. Right, good sign, brakes are working. Let's see if I lock the hydro, which theoretically stops it from moving as much, which is still moving quite a bit, but let's see if the brake pedal feels any better. It stops. It's not great. Right, now for the main thing. I mean, it is stopping it. I'm going to put you up. Oh, it's not very good. I think the discs need cleared off first. I'm going to put you up and then I'll do a little skiddy-doo. Alright, that's the hydro installed. Now, I did notice when I was testing it that it did seem to only lock one wheel sometimes, but that's because I don't have the diff in. I've already had the diff in and out, so it's not really new to me. It's new to you, but it's not new to me. It seems alright. Not too happy about the foot pedal being a bit floppy, but I'm gonna have to figure out something. Not right now. It's in, ready to go test it. I'm gonna need some tires.